Hey, how's it going, everybody? Today I'm going to make a video about the Harbor Freight US General 30-inch rolling tool cart, 5-drawer. They make a 4-drawer version, um, but I opted for the 5-drawer because, I got a lot of crap, and I'm actually going to get the, I forget the dimensions, but it's the wood top, I think like a 8-drawer cart, but it's got a wooden, workbench top style rolling cart as well, but more of like a tool chest. But anyway, so the first thing about this toolbox that I am going to complain about, and I've had it for about 6 months, but the only thing I wish it had, like I guess from the factory, is the folding side tray. You have to buy that extra, but it's like $35, so no big deal. It does come with a little side compartment here for your sprays and lubricants and all that kind of stuff. Very easy to install. Very easy to put together. If you have someone with you, it might help to have someone help you lift this once you build the actual carrier for it, because it is very heavy. I lifted it up in there, but one thing I did accidentally was I did not have these hand tight. I tightened them, so when I went to go drop the box in there, the tolerance was super tight, so I had to like lift it back out, and it was a mess. Anyway, so I have the top set up with all my sockets. Obviously we have the the side storage for nut drivers and screwdrivers and all that kind of good stuff. I don't have any nut drivers right now, which is something I've been meaning to get for a long time. So I literally have 2 sets of screwdrivers here, with a couple specialty ones in between. Like I got a Klein Tools, kind of a multi-tool screwdriver, and I have a little flashlight here. I have a retrieving magnet just for whatever. Got a little magnetic parts holder up here. You can put a bunch of magnetic stuff up there, like the strips and everything. Got a little light. So I have all my sockets, and it drives me crazy, but I got to finish all these, get those filled in. But I got 1/2 inch metric and SAE, 3/8 metric SAE, and 1/4 inch metric and SAE. So pretty much the sockets I have are good enough for right now, but I do want to try to get a complete set. Also up here I have some just extra miscellaneous, spare sizes, I guess, doubles. I have my breaker bar up here, fits perfectly with how I have it set up. I just got some silicone, some dielectric grease, a little magnetic retrieving tool, a little air chuck. Got my Loctite up here. Only use the red. Kidding. I got my Sharpies up here for marking materials. Spark plug gap tool, and this is a specialty like 6-spline, I think. I forget. Yeah, for a lug nut, and I had to go out and buy this tool because a used car I bought a while ago had specialty lug nuts for whatever stupid reason. So I just have that. Little valve stem removal tool. And this is kind of like my specialty sockets. Have your spark plug sockets, a nice little variety of them. Some socket adapters or reducers, whatever you want to call them. Another double of a socket that I have. Just a random T60. No, not that. I don't know. It's a big one, big torque socket. And I have Harbor Freight's Icon torque spit socket set, and these are really, really good. The quality is a lot better than Pittsburgh, but I ended up getting this for $6 because when I bought it, well, you can see it's missing the T27. So it was in the markdown section. So going down to the first drawer, I have this set up as my socket and extension drawer. Yeah, I have quite a bit of ratchets. These are my go-to ratchets, and I have another up there is a smaller toolbox full of just kind of miscellaneous junk tools. But I got my 1/2 inch. I need to get another 1/2 inch. I want to get a flex head 1/2 inch, but I have a 1/2 inch, two 3/8, 2 1/4 inches, and I have another 1/4 inch here. And this is a Stanley 1/4 inch that I broke. Yeah. I guess I learned that day that this little 1/4 inch ratchet cannot handle massive amounts of torque. But it's whatever. I got my extensions here, 1/2 inch, 3/8, 1/2 inch, 3/8, the whole 9 yards. Got my universal joints. I got a little specialty bit set here, and I have some socket adapters for an impact gun, little tire pressure gauge, and Harbor Freight's cheap little hook and pick set. I mean, I think it was like a couple of dollars, so you can't really go wrong. So yeah, and I made this drawer the ratchet drawer because I knew my sockets were going to go up here, but I knew I didn't want my sockets and my ratchets up here. I wanted them to be separate because I plan to grow my inventory of sockets. Just wouldn't have made sense to have all my ratchets up here. So yeah, that's the ratchet drawer. And another thing about the toolbox is the lock that you get. I don't know. It's you tool guys, you car guys out there can understand what I mean by this. But when you have something that's quality, even for this, that's it was $260, I think, 250. I don't know. But just the satisfaction of a locking mechanism, kind of like when you have those clip-on or those quick detach steering wheels, and you turn it to lock, and you get that perfect. I don't know, but the locking mechanisms are very good. They don't feel flimsy. I do like how you actually have to pull the lock. So anyway, enough rambling. This drawer, I hate. I'm just going to warn you, I hate this drawer. Reason being, and most of you can already figure out why I hate it, nothing matches. Everything's just, nothing really has a spot. I mean, I got a couple of small vice grips here, some, like some Klein wire strippers, another set of wire strippers, crimpers, a couple adjustable wrenches, obviously a bigger vice grip, just my random brushes that I have, tied together, couple of dikes, a couple of wire strippers, regular pliers. Don't ever buy these Cobalt pliers. They're just awful. I mean, it's like a mixture between an adjustable, channel locks and an adjustable wrench or a regular set of pliers. They're horrible. Don't buy them. That's my testimony. Got some channel locks here. These are my oil filter wrench channel locks, and then a regular set of channel locks. So obviously my plier drawer, wire cutter drawer, it's horrible. I hate it. I want to get a matching set, whether that be channel lock brand or whatever. So anyway, that's that drawer. I guess we'll jump over here, and this is the deepest drawer. Well, it's the same depth as this bottom drawer, but a more compact. So this is kind of like my electrical drawer, I guess you could say. I got my multimeter here. Got some regular. Not regular. I got some butt connectors, and again, Harbor Freight, can't go wrong. And some miscellaneous terminal connectors and all that good stuff. I got some wire leads here, some some random batteries, and my soldering gun, and some zip ties. That's pretty much all that's in that drawer. It's gonna be, you know, it'll grow, but I didn't really have another place to put all this stuff, so I figured this would be my electrical drawer. I'll put my, you know, eventually when I get my OBD2 scanner and all that good stuff, you know, I'll put that in there. And this is my wrench drawer. So, you know, open end, box end wrenches. This is kind of like where these reside. So I do have a full set. So metric, standard, and then I have some ratcheting ones here. Some, I don't know what you call these, honestly. Flex? I don't know. You can see the design. I mean, they're, you know, I think these are gear wrench. Yeah. Gear wrench makes really good ratcheting wrenches. Some of my favorite, I have to admit. And they're not that expensive either. So these are my gear wrench ratcheting wrenches. And these are kind of, I guess, there's a lot of duplicates here. These are where I guess I keep my bigger wrenches. Couple more little ratcheting wrenches. And again, duplicates here. I have all my Allen keys here. These are just some random chisels and, well, what used to be a regular punch, but I bent it. Long story. And then I have a big punch right there. So that's the wrench drawer. And this bottom drawer is kind of like a specialty drawer, maybe? Specialty tool drawer slash kind of bulkier tools, I guess. So this is a torsion bar key removal tool. Yeah, it's, you know, I put new torsion keys on my Ranger, and for a couple of friends, you know, we use this tool for that. Works pretty good. It's by Wolf Suspensions, and I got it off Amazon. So I keep that in here because that's a specialty tool. I have a spring compressor by Mad Owl, and I got from Harbor Freight for like $50, or maybe a little less, I forget. Fuel line disconnector tool. Cheap little plastic ones that I got from Pep Boys that work perfectly fine. This is a chisel and punch set, a full chisel and punch set. For those of you who probably have the same ones, you can tell the green ones. I like it because it has a little carrying case. That's nice. Here's my torque wrench, 1/2-inch torque wrench. And then, then I just have a washer assortment, stainless steel, not stainless steel. Yeah, those aren't stainless steel. Just a nut and bolt kit and then hose clamp kit, because you will always need hose clamps. So always have like 2 boxes of these on hand. I do. And then this is a security bit set that I actually picked up today. A full set, $10 on sale. Very, very in-depth kit, but definitely a necessary addition to your toolbox. And then I have 2 Clutch brand 1/4-inch ratchet sets, SAE and metric. And then I have a dead blow with a brass end on there, a small claw hammer, and a big, full-size claw hammer, tape measure, and yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for the bottom drawer. Then if you go down here, I have some regular drill bits, a nice little set, and I do have DeWalt 20 volt tools, but I keep those on my work truck for work. And the older DeWalt stuff, there's nothing wrong with it. It all works great. I just have the regular impact, and it still works perfectly fine. And this impact right here, this half inch impact, what you can see, it's been it's been through some things, but it works so well. I mean, the clutches in there are still holding strong, so I really don't have any complaints about these old 18-volt tools. So I still use those. These are my, whenever I'm working on my trucks or my cars, those are my go-to, because I don't care really what happens to them. What else? I have a bag down here full of random kind of miscellaneous. I got some silicone or some RTV, little miniature socket set, some JB Weld in there. You can't really see, but I have also some vacuum hose as well. Just some random junk. Another small bag full of random miscellaneous stuff. My little seat. Awesome little seat. Yeah, I mean, some brake fluid, power steering fluid. These are some wheel cylinders for a Ranger. And I have just some extra parts, some brake parts. And then, yeah, just this side little storage here. But overall, my impressions of the Harbor Freight U.S. General 30-inch 5-drawer rolling tool cart is you can work out of this cart. You can, everything that you need to work, even if you're, you know, a mechanic in a big shop, everything you need, you could work all out of this cart. You don't really need anything bigger than that. And for me, you know, I'm a DIYer. You know, I like to work on my own cars. I like to help people work on their cars. Everything I need is all in this cart. I mean, minus some other things I have, you know, and other small little toolboxes. But for the most part, everything I'm going to need to work on any car pretty much is all in this box. And me and my wife are getting a house soon. Should be closing here pretty soon. And this is going to be what I have in my detached garage. And I'll have my workbench and everything. But overall, this cart is well worth the money. And I really don't have any complaints other than I wish that it came with the folding tray. And that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions about the tools that I have in my cart and you want to know more about them, feel free to comment below. You know, I'm an open book. You know, I don't mind sharing, you know, where I got my tools or how much I paid for them. Yeah, so just comment, like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.